So what are your thoughts around that conversation?
I think it's sad that like the younger women are saying they would choose a bear over a man because they, of all the multitude of reasons that they were saying, like, are dudes that bad now?
Well, if you don't mind me asking, James, are you married or are you in a relationship?
Yes and no. But I have a divorce pending. I'm getting divorced. I'm separated.
Okay.
But
Okay.
technically, yes, but that's not happening. The marriage is over.
Is there a reason why you guys couldn't work it out? Because you hear about women choosing bears over men. So,
Oh
but
no, I married a terrible woman. She was a cheater. And I would pick a bear over that woman. Okay.
oh, oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. You
Wow.
know, and the funny thing is, like, you always hear about, women talk about men or dogs, but they never talk about who the men are, who they are hooking up with. So I was a victim.
You was a victim. So let me ask you this, James, because I know you were in.
I'm gonna stop it for a second. All right. Check out Ashley Dalton.
Hair.
When he talked about this woman that was doing him bad cheating, Ashley is laughing at this man.
Thank you.
This is wild. She's trying to keep her composure. She's trying to keep the show going, but she can't stop from laughing.
Yeah, she like this. She looking at him. We say this all the time, HQ. This is a double standard that men have to accept and women don't. He up here talking about, oh, she was terrible. She cheated on me. And let's be fair. Probably the majority of men gonna have a little chuckle, because you got to take
But for a
accountability.
woman, like you said, men, we talked about it. We can laugh at each other. For a woman, when they act like this is their plight and then laugh about it.
Yeah. Come on now. If someone would have came there and said, my ex was a monster. He was cheating on me. Huh? Come on, they're like, that's right. He ain't ish. Man, that ish had been this little circle jerk and then it moved on. But for the brother, giggle. What else? Show us where else it hurt, Ninja.
Well, he was laughing and he was having a good time too.
No,
so therefore, he was doing the same thing.
Because he has to. He wasn't having no good time.
So why is it that she couldn't laugh with him when he was laughing his own self?
He's laughing through the pain. Have you not
Okay,
heard?
so he's still laughing. So therefore, the people were enjoying the show. Of course, him getting cheated on is not laughing, and that's not funny.
Do you not think today's woman is very, very insensitive, and that's against her nature? What do you got, Crystal?
Who was laughing?
Do you think that today's woman has become so, out of touch with her femininity? She would look at a man who was saying, say, yeah, she's a monster. She was cheating on me.
No.
That brother. No. And look at his posture. He's sitting on the floor with his back to his bed. That is a sad, pathetic stance.
How are we supposed to know how he feels? We don't know any of that. He's laughing right along with her.
You know exactly how
he's laughing right along with her. So why is it that we're enjoying the story just like he's telling the story? So therefore, she's enjoying the story.
HQ, I'm gonna give you some insight.
That doesn't mean that she's deliberately.
I'm gonna give you some insight. He had to laugh because Ashley laughed. If Ashley laughed and if he would have frowned, he would have looked even more pathetic. He got to laugh with it. Yeah,
but that doesn't mean she dismissed what he was feeling. You make it sound like she's dismissing what.
All right, real quick. All right. So we'll let Crystal. What you got, Crystal?
No, I didn't take him as pathetic. I think that both of you are pretty much right. I think that he's the type of guy who's more easygoing. Unfortunately, men have been conditioned in this world to not be able to emotionally process things. So I hear where Mr. Walker is coming from with that. As far as he might be laughing through pain. A lot of men do, unfortunately. And that's why we need to, we can just be hard on boys when they don't, it's unnecessary. Like I get they need to be stoic and strong, but at the same time, they should be able to cry through something or emotionally process something. But yeah, I think it was two things going on at the same time. Y'all gonna be mad at me like every time because he was more that type of guy who no, she was fucking horrible. Like he seems like he makes a joke out of things, which still is not funny. But I think a lot of men just kind of get that persona. And I think that, when he said I would rather pick a bear over my ex-wife, it was funny.
All right, well, I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna let him keep going. Let's see if he gets some details. Hit the like button, folks.
James, because I know you are incredible, an incredible husband, and you're married. You did everything right. So why would she ever step out on you, James?
She was broken on the inside. She craved outside affirmation, and I gave her everything she needed, but she was for the streets.
Gavin, can we?
So you didn't reassure her, tell her she was beautiful, tell her that
I used to do that all the time, and what was really frustrating is she would be like, "Well, you're my husband. You're supposed to say that." So it was like, "Yeah, but I am saying it to you," and it didn't matter. But if the dude in Home Depot said something, it would be like, "Oh, really?" You know?
Do you feel like you guys started?
So his lady was for the streets. That's a lot on him. As men, Mr. Walker, y'all are not about to see us sit up here and feel bad for this man.
But okay, I just want to say this. It reminds me of that Mary J. Blige song, "Bad Boys Ain't No Good, Good Boys Ain't No Fun." I think unfortunately, good girls could pick bad boys sometimes, and bad boys, well, good boys could pick bad girls, and I think that happens a lot. But yeah, still in all, when you leave a situation, you took some part. You had a problem. And so I'm just never on either side where a person's like, this person was just completely horrible. Either you accepted the behavior or you aided to the behavior. So that's what I'm wondering.
And it can't come up here complaining. Like you said, it didn't work out. For you to come up here, my ex-wife was horrible. I'd rather be with a bear than her and all that. You doing too much as a man.
But what if that was his truth though?
You can't come on the internet and doing that as feminine.
Why? I don't think that's feminine.
Yes, it is, because he being too emotional. I'd rather be with a bear. That's not true. He won't rather be with a bear. That's why it's feminine, because as men, we are not allowed to say that. I would rather choose a bear, because men will be, all right, ninja, then go be with a bear and tell us how it is. And now that man got to stand on that square, unlike women who can say that, and then it just is funny and it goes over. But men are held to a different standard. That's why I say there's accepted double standards.
Well, do you think that he was also saying it in a sarcastic way? I think a lot of women were responding to that in a very serious.
We can't afford to move like that. We gotta think before we open our mouths.
There you go.
So what do y'all think he should have said?
Here, at the end of the day, he losing his wife, and I'd imagine came on Ashley Dalton and he wants another woman. Him coming on, putting on that display, Crystal, do you think that bettered his chances?
I think I like the vulnerability. I'm not gonna lie. If you're asking me, my personal opinion, I like vulnerability, and I don't think vulnerability is weak. It's just honesty sometimes that happens to be attached to something that some people will look at as emotional.
So you find this as attractive?
I'm not saying that,
like you don't think it's a turnoff, at least.
I'm not turned off. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not.
And that's why we started off the show. We say, men, your woman must be into you more than you are into her. He said, I love this woman.
That's bullshit.
I would walk around, tell her how beautiful she is. And she would look at me and say, oh, you my husband. You're supposed to say that. You know, but he said she walked Home Depot and they get the whistling. And next thing you know, she tingling inside.
That's bull. That's BS, because if a man doesn't like his woman, and I hate to do the man versus woman thing.
And I said we did not say don't like what we say. Y'all take words and y'all make y'all. We never said don't. I said she must like you more greater than. We all went to math class. She must like you more than you like her.
Okay, and I heard you. But what I say is that I think that's cap, because if and by the way, do y'all like my hat? It says cash cow. Always bringing that dollar bill, baby. Anywhere I go, you better know. But anyway, but no, I think that with men being, and this is in all seriousness, this isn't because I'm a woman or anything like that. But men need the sexual, physical attraction. They need that. That's why as women, as much as we try to fight it and combat it, it is what it is. And so I think you have to meet that standard. So when you say she has to like you more than you like her, I just feel like I want to always enchant.
You don't have to do anything. We're talking about for success. If you want success,
I'm hearing you. But what I'm saying is that you're looking at it from a very one-sided point of view. Because if you look at it logically, men need to feel like she's the muse. She's like,
no, it's not. If you think about it logically, you end up like him. That's what we saying, man.
And where does he end up? I like
him. Black Bill's wife was cheap. I'm letting it keep going. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
To stop dating each other, and you got comfortable, and maybe the relationship fire started to fizzle.
Nope, it wasn't that either. It was a coworker that was just on her back every day, and he was younger, and he was chipping away at her. And
this is another part.
The bad part about that is both of them, they saw each other at their best at work every day. And I'm like, you didn't see her an hour ago before she brushed her teeth and her hair was done and her clothes, and I'm the one telling you all the good things, like you're beautiful, I love you, and all that, no matter what. I just got a raw deal, Ashley.
Wow. So, okay. So are you ready for the dating now as a man in 2024?
Well, listen, his wife, man, if she was into him, if she feared losing him, she would not be sleeping with her coworker because she would know. She would know about all the women that's in his DM. And
let me say this one thing. Everybody keeps saying women leave for no reason. Women don't leave for no reason. It didn't have nothing to do with that young man. He was just a part of something. It was a symptom. She don't just up and leave.
A symptom. Wait.
You had something wrong with him too.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all?
The husband had something wrong with him too. The husband, something was wrong in that marriage.
Listen, I agree with okay.
And it wasn't just her fault.
Okay, so whenever I say that whenever a woman's man cheats, she needs to take some accountability, you scratch it every time. But now you telling that man to take some accountability and his woman cheating. Yes, you just did.
Listen, everybody is missing a major red flag, and y'all are acting like y'all don't see it. He said he was all on that bike, on that wagon. He picked her based off her butt size circumference. Mm-hmm. This is what this is. Now we talk about man accountability. Now y'all got me. Okay, he was cool up until this point. He was being emotionally vulnerable. He was saying what he felt. Now we get the truth of it all. He was chasing ass. I don't know if you can say that on YouTube, but he was chasing. This is why we say don't judge a woman just based off how big her booty circumference is or how pretty she is. You have to take everything into account, because now this is where, unfortunately, the word simp comes in. Because if he was only after this woman, she never liked him. She never really probably liked him, but he was so busy following her for aesthetically pleasing reasons. Now I give y'all that. Okay.
Yeah.
He's tripping. And I think that's what it is. Me personally.
He most it sounds like this brother got some issues himself for sure. At the same time, it looked like he overkicked his courage. He landed something he couldn't tame or keep around. If your lady, he tells some terrible stories. He at Home Depot and this lady giggling and laughing in another dude's face in the plumbing aisle. And then they talk about laying pipe. He can come around the corner and be, what you mean? What y'all talking about laying pipe?
Because he can't lay the pipe no more. And that's
so mean. So a woman,
he can't lay the pipe no more. This is what we tell men also. It's the ghost of Weenie's past. So when you get with these women, they already ran through.
No, you have to make sure she actually likes you.
They got, obviously, and they got the high body counts, and they've been sleeping with Tyrone, who done dicked her all the way.
So
and now she can never forget that. And if you don't say, you might be a provider, a protector, but you ain't. That's why she got to be into you.
Gavin, you're mixing two things. A woman being promiscuous has nothing to do with anything. If she loves that man, no matter how promiscuous she was, she doesn't care if it's as flat as a tire.
No, Crystal, once you for the streets, you always for the streets.
No, okay, so once you
it's only a matter of time before you relapse. It's only a matter of time.
So once a nug, always a nug, right?
Right?
No.
Oh, so what the fuck is going on?
Double standard.
No, that double standard doesn't work.
Life ain't fair.
We always talk about double. See, they y'all ladies.
That double standard doesn't work.
Well, no, yes, it don't work when y'all see women don't benefit, but we sit here and say men have to take these double standards, but women can't accept y'all.
Women take double standards, but when you
we just gave you one, I accept it. We gave it.
You can't prove the double standard. That's the problem. You cannot know how many sexual partners a woman has.
Right. No, but what we can say that is after a certain amount, she's 3 or 4, she's for the streets. Where a man can be reformed. A man can be reformed. I ain't gonna say
who are these reformed women? Who name me some?
Maya Angelou, are you fucking kidding me?
No, see, we're not going back. We talking about the last 100 years. Every time we have a discussion, y'all go back to when we was in slavery.
What? Because
y'all greatest examples of anything is when we was in slavery.
No. And that's not the problem. The problem is that biographies and autobiographies, a lot of times people don't get their due diligence.
You sit here and say, can a woman be reformed? And we can sit here and name a man like 50 Cent. We don't have to go back.
I don't have to go back super far either. I mean, there are plenty of women.
No, because you can't name these women.
I can. But my thing is, I haven't read enough autobiographies of people to know if they're.
Here we go. Let me get these.
That's BS. Most people don't tell their truth until they get old, man. You know that.
I'm gonna let this keep going. Hit the like button.
Hella disrespect.
Yeah, I have been. It's wild. It's crazy.
What makes it wild and crazy?
And I've been dating everything from 20s to 60.
Wow. Okay. And how's that going from 20 to 60 years old?
The 20-year-olds, they it's funny because like they see an older guy and they're thinking like sugar daddy, and they start talking all this stuff that the girls on TikTok are talking. And I'm like, nah, I'm not that dude. And the older women are like, yo, I want to get married yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
In the 30s, the people in the 30s are cool. They're the only ones that seem like they're level-headed. They're enjoying themselves. They're enjoying dating.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. I know a lot of men like younger women who are in their 20s. Do you not know that comes with the territory? Like, hey, I'm dating a younger woman. She's young.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah, I know it.
So that's the expectation.
Yeah, it was like an ego thing. It was first I couldn't believe, truthfully, I couldn't believe it was happening.
Like they wanted you is what or desired you.
That they desired. Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you're doing it, you're like, this is whack. Because they're just looking at you, they're trying to gain something financially.
Okay, all right.
And you had to find it.
You're not
the finances to do it, but you're like, yo, what are you bringing to the table?
Blah, that's where you went wrong, right?
How old are you, Mr. James?
That's their attitude. Like it's funny because somebody that I was dating that was 29 was like, I'm the prize. I'm like, prize of what?
How old are you, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
52.
Come on, Mr. James.
He's trying to look sexy.
Long in the tooth now. You passed the 40.
Long in the tooth. Oh.
Listen, we've been on his top. One thing about men, we ain't like y'all. If this was a woman, y'all be sitting here like trying to find a silver lining. He full bar, Mr.
This brother's pathetic. And actually, I don't like Ashley because I don't like sisters that like to dangle Kuda cat in men's face to some degree. And Ashley up there like, well, if you get a young girl, that's part of the territory. You're gonna have to pay with your old ass ninja. And she loves driving that point, and that's sick. She's pushing a toxic message.
No, she's not.
She's not. She's giving zero context. That's why.
There ain't no context to that.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Context. If you this sorry simp nigga,
if you any man over the 20 years older than a woman,
I'm trying to tell you something. Some of my brothers I went to school with, they ain't got to deal with this kind of behavior. Only ninjas like him deal with this kind of behavior. You understand?
Mr. Walker,
There's some out there that's older, you get a young 20-year-old girl, 25, whatever, and she be
You're
on
not 52.
Well, listen, I'll say this. Yeah, I'm not gonna co-sign this brother's message. I'll say this. If you 52 years old, you're trying to date 23-year-old women, it's a financial thing first. We can't blur that line. Just the same thing for women. A young woman can't say she's dating an older man because she just like him. It's about
he didn't know. He just said he didn't know.
That's what I'm saying. He had a problem why she laughed at him because he talking about he asking these women, what do you bring to the table?
The thing
is 52 talking to 20-year-old women asking them that. That's
exactly. That's whack. You have to know your situation. And this is why we talk about women saying, if you know you're getting with an older man, you know there are certain things that you're compromising. And you know, as a older man getting with a younger woman, there are things that she's going to naturally look for. And if you go as young as 20, you know that she still has her head in airhead spaces in most cases, not all cases.
He seems like he's looking for love. He like, why don't these women love me?
Yeah.
Like, we're like, brother, go find you a 40-year-old woman. Like, we can't. He's doing too much.
Yeah, or he just needs to realize that if he is going to date a younger woman, like he said, 30, shout out to all the ladies in their 3. They Jesus energy.
He's not him. This ain't Nas. This ain't nasty Nas up here. He's not aging like that. He ain't him.
There you go.
Yeah, he shouldn't be asking, what are you bringing to the table? I don't care how you have to ask that question. Maybe ask it in a different way. It's played out just like when women ask, where would you take me on the first date? That's played out at this point. Stop asking women what they bring to the table. Get to know that woman and see what her attributes are, or her characteristics. So he's tripping.
Any woman under the age of 40, that's the only thing she needs to give him the amount she needs every week. And he need to come up with that amount every week. And then we will be satisfied. That is our transactional bid. That's our transactional relationship. I need $1,000 a week. Don't ask me no questions, and don't ask me what I bring.
Okay, hold on. Can I say
no, I ain't saying. See, we can't. We on two ends of the extreme. It's what it is. If you 52 and you dating a woman in the 20,
and I'm 29.
It's gonna come with some financial responsibility.
$1,000 a week.
It should be understood as a man. When I'm dating this younger woman, I understand it's gonna be some type of
$1,000 a week.
Now, it ain't gonna be no $1,000. It depends. If you Lori Harvey, perhaps.
It's gonna be $1,000 a week.
It can vary. It can vary from $1,000 a week to a nickel bag a week. Depends on who you are.
You think a regular, average, beautiful woman?
No, if you bump Quisha in the projects, in the projects with 4 kids, you get a nickel bag a week.
But Bum Keisha ain't gonna really ask for that kind of money.
You get that nickel bag. But if you Lori Harvey and you can land you a billionaire, he might give you
Lori Harvey gonna ask for more than $1,000 a week.
No, he get about $1,000 a week. That's it.
That's
it. What you got, Crystal? Go ahead. What you got? Let's move this forward. What you got?
No. I definitely agree. Like 90% of what you're saying. I do think that there is something that woman is going to ask for. Now, if you were, if you were a girl in the hood, I don't even want to call y'all Bonquisha because I don't want to, discredit you. But if you're a hood woman or a hood man, you're going to have different expectations with things. But if you're a woman who is intentional, like the pink pill was up here last week. I don't know who that other lady was, but understand y'all can get the smoke every Saturday as long as I'm here. Y'all do know y'all can come up here on weeks. If you also want to email the platform and come up any week you can ask me any question. Although when I came on this platform, we agreed on not making it personal. I'll make it extra personal, hurt your feelings. So stop playing with me in these comments. But anywho, yeah, I think it just depends on the person. I think that there are some people who genuinely like what they like. If you're a mature woman, kind of like and not to the pink pill, wasn't the pink pill, but like the pink pill, she's very mature for her age. She seems like she's with a sprinkle. So she's like, shoot, my man can be a little bit older. I don't mind cooking. I don't mind doing a little cleaning, baby. Bounce that ass. Don't play with me. She's with it. She seems pretty cool. So she probably really likes her man. She probably really wants to marry him, although there's a 20-year age gap. So you got to be careful. You got the girl in the hood who just want the nickel bag, and you got some ladies who are just mature for their age for whatever reason and want to be with an older man. That's all I got to say.
I think it's much more beneficial for a younger woman to be with an older man than vice versa.
I do too.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but not a 20-some odd difference in age. 10 years
work. 5 it can work. Like I like to bring up scenarios. A heathen queen. You got a 22-year-old daughter. She ain't got no kids. She done kept herself to herself. And then some 50-year-old handsome, put together millionaire. He comes to you. He been dating your daughter. He been seeing maybe you whatever, and he like, I want to marry your daughter and provide for her. What you gonna say? You gonna say yes, please do?
Old ass up out of here. That's what you do.
Whoa, what you go?
Get your old ass head. You know why I say that? You know why I say that? My 22-year-old daughter, because she can find a 25-year-old millionaire. If she can get a 50-year-old millionaire, she can get a 25, 30-year-old millionaire and actually get married and have the goal of actually being happy.
Okay, Heathen Queen, I got a question. What if
go ahead, Crystal.
What if she is at a state to where she's like, look, mom, you're not on the dating market. These guys out here, they're not mature. They're not where I need them to be.
Why y'all asking? This is a disingenuous question. For real. Because it's just too rarely. It don't even matter. It don't even matter because she ain't gonna ask you. She gonna date who she want to date. All right. So here we go.
Shout out to King Adams. Says women leave for ridiculous, superficial reasons daily. The gaslighting is insane.
So King, be a man and say, baby, you ain't going nowhere. Play some Al Green and stop complaining. Don't home back home.
Do that. Let her go. Shout out to Project Leroy. Says Lori Harvey didn't get $1,000 a week. She got father and son meets. No bread, no water, no money.
Man, I went to a motorcycle gang party, and this man asked me how much did I want to be a side piece. His wife went to the bathroom, and I was 53 years old, and he asked me how much did I want to be a side piece.
All right, did he look like this? Hold on.
I got $40. $40 today. And if you nasty, I throw in 60. If you nasty.
No bread, no water, just meat.
It didn't matter what he looked like. When I told him $6 grand a month,
52.
Come on, Mr. James. You long in the tooth now. You passed the 40.
Long in the tooth. Oh.
Come on now, 29. You should know what come with that territory.
I do. I know. I said I know.
Okay. All right. So you don't want to be a sugar daddy. So what about the 60-year-old woman? That's not working out. They're more mature.
Yeah.
Some of them are more willing to bend on certain things. Why isn't that working out?
She had a lot of external issues. Like, I stopped dealing with her because her children, like she had 30-year-old children that were in and out of jail, and it was a bad situation. Like all of those bad situations were going to come into the relationship. Like, nah, I'm not dealing with this.
Okay, so it seems like dating is challenging for you right now.
No, it's fun. It's fun.
Okay, well, all right. So are you looking to get remarried just in case there are any ladies here who are interested?
I would do it again.
Okay, you would do it again. Sounds good. I see you're reading the comments.
On one of your dating shows, I was watching. I never pulled the trigger.
Okay, so since you're here, let's go for it. We know your name is James. We know you're 52 years old. What do you do for that?
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Oh, you look ready. I mean, and willing, but okay. You sure?
Not yet. When I'm ready.
Okay, when you're ready. Fair enough. Have a good night, darling. Bye-bye.
So here's what I'll say. Like you said, this brother, I would love to know how old his wife was, because it seemed like she probably was in her 30s. And this is why we're saying, if you in your 50s, if you want to date a woman 20 years younger than you, you better be him or else. Like, there's going to be repercussions if you ain't.
Yes. Black pill repercussions. Don't get no worse than that.
Yeah, I don't like how he was like, now I'm all for emotional vulnerability and being honest and speaking your truth. And a good example of a masculine way of doing that was when what's his name? The podcast dude who used to come on here all the time. He was paying for the girl's apartment and y'all were giving him hell.
TJ. Let's do the first TJ.
TJ, he did it beautifully. He told his story. The woman seemed to be in the wrong. Nobody was arguing it. She seemed crazy as hell. TJ's never been a huge fan of mine, but I really saw another side of him that day. But that was vulnerability in a masculine way. The way that he's now ending this with this whole, no, I'm not ready yet. What? why the hell you come up here then? Like,
weird.
Why you?
Weird
And this is
energy.
what we have to be honest with as women and say, this is why women, when it comes, if you're going to date men, listen to what men are saying about other men. Because just like how me and HQ were like, oh, he's being emotionally vulnerable. And Gavin and Mr. Walker, although I'm tempted to take their advice ever since the turtle, but I will say they saw something that we hadn't caught yet as women. So I think you do have to listen. That's what I'm saying.
The turtle.
Still salty about that.
Hey, bring that back up. What you got?
Let it go. So here we go. As far as that go, yeah, as men, we play silly games. We win silly prizes. Other than that, I'm gonna pull this next video up. Hit the like button.